Listen, while everybody is looking at what's going on in Russia, Australia, Africa, Dubai, China, Japan, Korea, North and South Korea, the Antarctica, Alaska, wherever. While everybody is looking at all of those places, God is looking at America. Because America has led the fight in rebellion against God since its arrival. America is under the wrath of God. America is under the wrath of God. America is under the wrath of God.
Shalom, welcome to another video, and as always, before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakhwadash, and next double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the great millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of what people hear or whether they forbear. Alright, so this is going to be a reaction to the clip that I put in the introduction to this video. And in this clip, alright, you see the man, he said that everybody's worried about what's going on in these other countries, but the eyes of the Most High are upon America. Alright, Babylon the Great. Okay, which he doesn't know that America is Babylon the Great, most likely. But he said, ever since this place inception, alright, since the beginning of America, it has went against the Most High. Alright, it's destroyed people, okay, and pretty much has been in rebellion. Alright, and that's scriptural, okay. So, anyways, that's the topic we're going to go into. Alright, the rebellion of Babylon the Great, according to the scriptures, the rebellion of America, and what the result of that rebellion is going to be. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into that topic. And Yahweh Rechazah, meaning Heavenly Father's will, is edifying to the elect. Alright, so I'm going to start off here in Job chapter 10 and verse 22. It says, a land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. Okay, and this is America. Alright, the light is as darkness. Okay, the people here, at good is evil, evil is good, sweet is bitter, and bitter is sweet. Everything is upside down. Why? Because Esau is ruling. Okay, Isaiah the 29th chapter talks about that. It talks about how he has turned everything upside down. Okay, let's get Amos chapter 9 and verse 8, because okay, the Lord sees it, and this is his determination. It says, behold, the eyes of Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Okay, and back then that sinful kingdom, alright, were the Israelites, but in today's time, it's America, Babylon the Great. Okay, when you read it, okay, Amos 9:8, and you read on down, okay, it talks about how at that time he's going to sift the house of Israel from among the nations, but primarily the house of Israel. Both southern and northern kingdom are here in America. Alright, okay, the land of rebellion, Babylon the Great, the land of confusion, the land of Merathaim, which means double rebellion. We'll get that, Yahweh Rechazah. Alright, so he says, behold, the eyes of Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. Alright, so he's going to deliver a remnant out of this place. Okay, a remnant is going to return and be delivered out of America, Babylon the Great, and various parts of the earth. Alright, let's go to Jeremiah the 50th chapter. Okay, and I'm going to start at verse 9. Okay, this is how he's going to destroy this place. Okay, so while everybody's looking at the land of Israel, Iran, all these other countries, the main target of the Lord's vengeance is Babylon the Great. Alright, and the Edomites as a people. This is Jeremiah 50 and 9. It says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, and none shall return in vain. Those arrows go into the nuclear missiles. It says Chaldea, and Chaldea shall be a spoil, and all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. Because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because you are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as the bulls. So they destroyed Jacob here in America. This is the main place where, we were beat down, tortured, all right, for hundreds of years. Okay, the Lord said, I'm going to destroy you because you destroyed mine heritage. Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. That's a clue. The hindermost of the nations. Okay, the farthest away from the rest of the world. This area is known as the New World. All right, it says, because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goes by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against Yahweh. Shout against her round about, she hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her, as she hath done, do unto her. See that it says, cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle at the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land. All right, so people are going to be freaking out. Okay, and the Lord, he's getting ready to bring that sword, man. Okay, the sword of the other nations, but also his own sword, just the flying swords, the nuclear missiles. Verse 17, it says, Israel is a scattered sheep, the lions have driven them away. First, the king of Assyria hath devoured them, and last, this Nebuchadnezzar, all right, this king of Babylon, hath broken his bones. Okay, the valley of the dry bones. It says, therefore, thus saith Yahweh, power of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, as I have punished the king of Assyria. And I will bring Israel again to his habitation. He shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim and Gilead. It says, and in those days, saith Yahweh, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none, and the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found, for I will pardon them whom I reserve. Here's the point in verse 21. But it says, go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod, waste and utterly destroy after them, saith the Lord, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. Okay, so he's bringing up the nations against, all right, the land of Merathaim. Let's get that word, because that is where I titled this lesson off of. Okay, the Lord will destroy the land of Merathaim. All right, when we go into the Hebrew, okay, Strong's H 4850, I get the pronunciation of it.
Strong's H 4850. Marah.
All right, and it says the land of double rebellion. Okay, did the guy not say in the video, he said, since America was created, it's been in rebellion against the Heavenly Father. Okay, and this is double rebellion. All right, so this is the land of Merathaim, double rebellion. And you see it, you see the people, see that with the women act. All right, you see that the young men being thugs and gangsters, criminals, crooks, thieves. Okay, and why? Because the wicked is ruling, and as the officers of the city are, so are the people that dwell therein. All right, so it's ruled over by a demon, so the people are going to act like demons. It says, verse 22, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Okay, Babylon the Great, that's the hammer of the whole earth. All right, known of as the most powerful military nation. All the nations were in fear. Okay, but the Lord is getting ready to destroy the hammer of the earth. How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Okay, he said most people, they're not thinking about America being destroyed. They're looking at all the other nations, but the Lord's eyes are on Babylon the Great. Okay, the land of Merathaim, double rebellion. And thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. You see that? And did the guy not say that in that video? Okay, every since this place inception, since it was created, It has rebelled against the Lord and destroyed his people. Okay, so it says, continuing on, Yahweh hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh, power of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. And the weapon of his indignation is the ICBM nuclear missile spoken of in Isaiah 54 and 16. He has created the waster to destroy, as it says. Continuing on, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahweh our power, the vengeance of his temple. Okay, and his temple is with the men. So the Lord is going to avenge us on Babylon the Great. Okay, and it says in Revelation 18th chapter, okay, that the holy apostles and prophets are going to rejoice, for the Lord has revenged us on Babylon. All right, it says, call together the archers against Babylon. This is metaphorical speech. Okay, when you shoot arrows, you're called an archer. The arrows are the nuclear missiles. So call together those that have nuclear capabilities against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow. Camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done. Do unto her, for she hath been proud against Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud. Another characteristic. Okay, rebellion against the Lord, striving against the Lord, proud, hinder most of the nations. All right, what's another one? Yeah, that's all I can think of right now, but these are different characteristics of America. All right, it says, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up, and I will kindle a fire in all his cities, and it shall devour all around about him. Thus saith Yahweh, power of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong, Yahweh, power of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land, and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. It says, a sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord, upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon all the liars. Okay, so this place is full of. Esau, Edom is a prince of lies. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her. That's another characteristic of Babylon the Great. All the mingled nations here together, serving Esau. And they shall become his women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. And a drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. This is a place where you can come and you can, another characteristic of Babylon, America, the land of confusion, double rebellion. You come and worship any god. You can worship yourself if you want to. You come here and say, you know, you could be you could worship white Jesus, Allah, Buddha, the Hindu god is Shiva. All right, you know, Egyptian gods, Neb and Ged. You can do anything. You can, you know, be a raging. That's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to say it in a way that won't get the video flagged, but okay, you can engage in alphabet community activities. All right, a raging flamer. Okay, you be a carpet muncher. You can do whatever the hell you want to do here in Babylon. All kind of wicked, abominable, okay, and idolatrous practices you can do. All right, and not only can you do it, it's promoted to do it. Okay, once again, the land of double rebellion, the land of Merathaim. It says, therefore the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the island shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. This is how you know it's not talking about ancient Babylon, but modern day Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. Okay, and I'll close out with this. It says, verse 40, as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighboring cities thereof. How did he do that? Through fire and brimstone, saith the Lord. So shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Okay, so that is what the Lord is getting ready to do. Okay, that is the end result of America, Babylon the Great. And if you want to read more on it, you can get Isaiah the 47th chapter as well. All right, talks about all the witchcraft and sorcery that America has committed. Okay, and the destruction of the Lord's people. So anyways, that's it. I'm going to close it out there for sake of time. But like I said, go and read Isaiah 47 as a supplement to this chapter. And that'll be it. All right, Heavenly Father's will was edifying. As always, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachodash. And until next time, Shalom, and abide babal.